Happy Turnover Thursday, Jack.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. One day we're gonna find out what those videos are like, Jack. I'm telling you, man. But you've been around the league for a while. You've had a chance to see Ben Roethlisberger throughout his years. Just one, what have you seen from him as a player development wise? And then number two, with the set defense that you have right now, what is the thing that you're, I don't know, most concerned with, or the thing that you're paying the most attention to, or telling your guys to pay the most attention to regarding Ben Roethlisberger and some of those tendencies?
Well, I can talk about my appreciation for Big Ben. And, I spoke with Mike Tomlin on the field last year prior to one of his games. I think it was against the Rams. I was in town doing some work for ESPN that day, and I visited with the coach on the field. And obviously, he's happy to have Big Ben back. They were fighting last year, I thought, valiantly with a tough quarterback situation, and so. Obviously, watching him back, Big Ben back, and knowing what he brings to that team, now obviously they haven't even been beaten this year. So, he brings that calmness, that experience, that accuracy, that talent, and, he's a really good football player. So, obviously add that to the defense that they play, and it's a pretty dangerous combination. So a lot of respect for Ben. We've played against him over the years. I think he's a heck of a football player.
And then regarding the stretching of the field, obviously some teams have had some success with some of those 50-yard plays on the defense and things of that nature. And with Pittsburgh, they have JuJu SmithSchuster and they have Chase Claypool as well too. What do you say to your defense, basically, not to get behind the defense? It's just what are you coaching? How are you coaching them up so that those kind of big plays do not happen in this game on Monday?
Yeah, I guess we could look at a negative thing or two and just dwell on that, but that's not how we operate. We're a football team that attacks issues front and center, and so obviously anything that hasn't gone well, we've talked about. We've got our eyes on the future and take advantage of our opportunities, and so that's really the way we approach it.
Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome.
We can go to Michael Phillips next.
Hey, what's up? Question about the interior defensive line. Obviously, you guys asked them to change a lot of what they do against the run. Did you anticipate that being kind of the uphill slog that it's been, I guess, for lack of a better word? And where do you guys feel you're at right now with getting everybody technique-wise to where you want them to be?
I'm not sure what you're referring to. We're playing excellent defense in most major categories, and I'm proud of the work that we're putting in and the effort that we put forth, and I'm looking for us to continue that.
Good deal.
Nikki, go ahead if you're on. Howard.
Hi, Jack. I want to ask about the red zone success you guys have had and how much of that you think is due to your defensive line, or to what else would you attribute the way you guys have had success limiting opponents' touchdowns once they get close?
Well, look, it's always a combination of playing. When you're playing good defense, it's always a combination of front end coverage working hand in hand. When you're fitting runs, it takes everybody, so it's not about any one segment, one position. It's a team effort, and our guys, we've executed well. We've got a big challenge this week, and they're one of the better teams in the red zone. They're one of the better teams in third down. Those are areas that we know. They're one of the better teams in turnover ratio, and these are the three things that we focus on a day like today. And this is a team that is outstanding in all three of those areas. So we've got a challenge in front of us.
Thank you.
Hey, Jack. With the red zone, is that the biggest improvement? And you guys are pretty high up in every statistical category, but when you look at the overall change, does it start with the red zone? Is that why you guys are so much better across the board, or what do you kind of attribute to those statistical improvements?
We've got a group that's working hard that believes in what it's doing and how we're doing it, and Yeah, I mean, we've worked hard at it, and we've got a ways to go, but, we'll continue to push. We have a high standard. I've said that all year. We have a high standard. We expect to be, ranked amongst the best in the league because we feel like we are. And we're working hard at it, and it takes everybody, and everybody contributes to it. And like I said earlier, we don't dwell on mistakes. We don't dwell on negative things, but we certainly address them. And we move on, and we build on the positive things that we're doing. We play with great energy, and we're building confidence and trust. And I think you're seeing the result of those efforts.
And then Ron kind of referenced that you kind of have to have like a certain mentality to play in the red zone, or maybe it shifts. What is that like as a player, and do you notice that with your group now?
Well, I think you have to have that to play good defense, period. So, we work on the mindset, the ability to rise up and to find a way to hold them out. And, we got to continue to build on the things we're doing well, and the things where we have shown weakness, we've got to address that and make sure we understand, how we can fix that. So, like I said, we've got a big challenge this week with the Steelers and how they attack it.
Thank you.
Sam, go ahead.
Jack, we often talk about, younger players, but this year, obviously with first-year D-line coach Sam Mills, I wonder what it's been like working with him and how you've seen him maybe grow and develop.
Yeah, I think, both Sam and Chris Harris are first-time position coaches, and I think they've been outstanding. I think both of them have been fantastic, hardworking, good communicators, strong presence, and we brought along and installed our system. We had the same opportunity as everybody else to do it via Zoom. All our meetings right now are via Zoom. Just like we're via Zoom, we've been meeting with our players via Zoom. So to be able to communicate, to be able to teach, to be able to correct, to be able to do all the things we're doing, and we're not looking for excuses as to why we can't. We're looking for ways to get it done and make sure we're doing it at a high level. And I think Sam and Chris, being first-year coaches at their position, have done an outstanding job.
And for you, maybe even going back to your first year as a position coach, what is it about the season, or as you go along throughout your first year, that maybe you pick up or learn or realize that you might not have otherwise had?
You're always learning. To me, I watch a guy like Peyton Manning. I was with him in Denver, and every day he's taking meticulous notes. Every install he's taking meticulous notes. That's the way the real professionals approach it. I learn things every day. So you never really have it. You're constantly evolving. You're constantly growing and adapting. And so that's the challenge. But we're constantly striving to be better, and that's kind of the life of a coach.
Thank you.
Last two, Chris Russell and Les Carpenter.
Hey, good afternoon, Jack. Just curious, like when you watch Pittsburgh, I mean, obviously yesterday they threw a lot because they didn't have the running back, I presume, but against a good secondary, and you have all these targets. How do you kind of game plan or address what to be worried and what to zero in on, and maybe to try and take away when, again, they have 3 or 4 targets that they can really distribute across the board, and they can possibly run the ball if they get Connor back by Monday?
Yeah, obviously Connor's a good back, but I think they're capable with all their backs. We don't ignore the run because Connor is not out, is out or not out. So, we've got to play good defense. That's the dilemma when a team has good players. The dilemma is how do you give each guy the necessary attention that he demands or deserves, and that's part of working through it. So, we're putting a plan together. Looking forward to going out and competing.
And just one follow-up. I asked Ron about this with JuJu Smith-Schuster and Chase Claypool, specifically those two guys. Can you give a thumbnail sketch of just what you see in terms of their styles or what specific challenges they might present?
Yeah, Claypool's been an exciting addition to them. Brings size, speed, playmaking ability. Obviously, Big Ben has gotten comfortable with him, likes him a lot. I think JuJu, I think he's established himself. And the guy's a really good football player, very physical. Ebron catches a lot of balls as well. I mean, they've got a good group. So, no matter where you look, tight end, receivers, backs, they've got very capable people. And obviously with Big Ben pulling the trigger, it makes them very formidable.
Hey, Jack. As someone who's been a head coach and also, coordinator in this league, it always has struck me that your profession is one that's built on routines. You like your weeks during the season to kind of, follow certain things and have an order to them. When it's a year like this and everything is chaotic, and now your game might be Sunday, it might be Monday, your game might be in San Francisco or Arizona, does that rattle all that? Does that, where does that kind of fit in with that kind of need to also have everything lined up? And I mean this generally, it doesn't even just have to be about this team, just in general.
Yeah, no, I think life in general, things come at you different ways. I mean, how you're going to respond. So I think we've reacted, I think purposefully, about our business and kind of like rolling with it. That's what we have to do. I mean, things come up, changes, protocols change. I mean, I can't tell you the people that assist in setting us up, the operations part, I mean, what they have had to do. They're jumping through hoops, trying to make it possible for us to operate. It's been incredible to watch the work that's gone into it. Just, different rooms are up. Now they're down. Now you can go over here, you go over there, so aside from just mask up, I mean, it's pretty impressive what our people have done to support us and to allow us to continue to play. As coaches and players, to me, just focus on what's important. Don't get caught up in what you can't control. Just take care of your business. And
it doesn't make you want to pull your hair out when the schedule isn't exactly the way it does.
I just don't worry about it. Like, to me, like you could spend time and energy worrying about things you don't control, or you could just kind of understand what's necessary, what's needed, and stay within those, stay within the rules and do what you're supposed to do and get your work done.